What is up guys, it's your favourite Scotsman Ryan here, and today we are finally going to take a look at the HTC 10. So I haven't done a device review on the channel for some time now, as they were becoming quite stale and pretty boring for me to do, if I'm totally honest. I have been using the HTC 10 now for 2 months, and you guys have asked me to put this review together, so let's get into it. As always, this won't be a typical review. We won't be talking about specs and all that boring stuff. I'll be telling you all the things I love about the HTC 10 and some of the things that I think could be improved in the next iteration. So with that said, let's jump in guys. Okay, so let's start with the design. HTC have always made beautiful devices, and that is why I fell in love with them. The HTC 10 does look very similar to the M8 and M9, but that is no bad thing, as they were both beautiful devices in my opinion. There are some key changes to note though, starting with those chamfered edges. As you can see, HTC has made these a lot thicker, and I definitely like the look this gives to the device. But not only that, it makes holding the device a lot easier, but since it is a metal device, it is sometimes slippery to hold, so I definitely recommend getting a case or doing what I have done and sticking a skin on it. I threw one of the awesome natural series skins from Slick Wraps on there, and as you can see, it looks amazing and gives your device a totally unique look as well as protection. Another thing to note is that the buttons on this device are in a great position and feel totally solid. Last thing to note is that we now have USB Type-C, which is nice to see that HTC have moved on to the new standard, and that gives us access to things like Qualcomm's Quick Charge. So now moving on to an area that some people either like or don't like, and that is the display. This time round the display is 0.2 inches bigger than last year, but most importantly it is now QHD instead of 1080p, giving it a resolution of 2560 by 1440. The IPS panel in my opinion looks absolutely great. I really enjoyed watching content and playing games on it. Some people feel that the colours are slightly washed out compared to other IPS panels, and I would have to agree, but you can go ahead and fix this by changing the display settings. But overall, in all honesty, the display looks amazing and I definitely give it a thumbs up. My only other gripe is that in direct sunlight it can be a little dim, but just crank the brightness up and you will have no trouble. So when it comes to cameras, HTC has always been well behind the competition, but finally this year they have done it. The 12 megapixel rear shooter with optical image stabilisation delivers some great photographs, and with an aperture of f1.8, even low light shots come out good. Is it the best camera out there? Well, not in my opinion, because that would have to be the camera on the S7 or S7 Edge, but it is definitely an awesome camera, and I am super happy that HTC have managed to deliver on this, as it has always been something that has stopped me using an HTC device as my daily driver. As with most people, everyone likes to have a nice camera for taking those shots when you're out and about. So when it comes to performance, you will have no issues at all. Everything runs totally smooth, multitasking is super fast, and gaming performance is up there with the best of them. I have said this before and I will say it again, HTC Sense is definitely my favourite skin for Android. As someone who loves stock, HTC have always tried to only include a few nice tweaks that are actually useful, like double tap to wake, swipe down twice to open the camera, and they don't bombard the app drawer with loads of unnecessary duplicate applications, which I think is super helpful, as Samsung absolutely kill their device with all these duplicate applications and tweaks that no one even uses or even cares about and gives you no way to remove them. So it's pretty awesome that HTC have only included what is needed, as well as some tweaks that you can choose to use or not, which I think is pretty awesome. Okay, so if you love listening to music, then you are going to love the HTC 10, as it arrives with a discrete headphone amp and DAC supporting high-res audio and the ability to drive power-hungry headphones. Let me put this into perspective for you. If I was to let you hear a song from my S7 Edge compared to the HTC 10, then the difference would absolutely blow your mind. Overall, the listening experience is just crazy, and if you want to know more about it, I have went ahead and linked my buddy Ash's video down below in the description, as he goes into a lot more detail about the sound and all that kind of stuff, so definitely check out that video down below. Okay, so the last thing that I love about the HTC 10 is the fact that they have still included the micro SD card slot. Having it there is a massive plus for me, and I know a lot of people say that you don't really need it anymore as devices come in high capacity storages, there's cloud storage and all that stuff, But for me, having a micro SD card slot is a massive bonus, and I have to give HTC a thumbs up for delivering. Okay, so now on to the things that I maybe don't like so much, and to be honest with you, there is not a lot. There's just two small annoyances for me that I would love to get addressed. So let's start with the new Boomsound. HTC have always killed it with those front facing speakers, and to remove them just seems absolutely ludicrous to me. The new layout of the tweeter up top and the base firing port on the bottom isn't the worst, but it is definitely nowhere near as good as last year's, or as a matter of fact it's not even as good as the front facing speakers on the Nexus 6P, so I really hope that HTC can bring those front facing speakers back. So from there we move on to the new Fingerprint Scanner. Again, I really love how fast it is. In fact, it's faster than most other readers out there. But to make it look like a button, and I know this may sound silly, but it kind of annoys me that it actually isn't a button. The fact that they've went ahead and put it there and it resembles a home button and you can't go ahead and press it just annoys me, and probably just my OCD, but let me know if it annoys you. I just don't get why they didn't make it a button, so let me know if you agree, or if you disagree, tell me I'm just absolutely ludicrous down below. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up, guys. For me, the HTC 10 is one of my favourite devices this year. I will probably continue to use this as my daily driver, as I just love the software and it is pretty much the full package for me, especially as I love listening to music. Plugging headphones into these and just jamming is honestly, the experience is out of this world. So if you have any questions about the HTC 10, guys, or if you have any points that you would like to make, as always, just let me know down below in the comments section. So the other devices that I have in for review at the minute are the Huawei P9 and the Oppo F1 Plus, so let me know down below which you would like to see first. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, stay safe, be kind to each other, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace!